Well, hello there, friends. So today, what we're going to be talking about is an update to my video, how not to use a bread cutter or bread slicer to cut foam. So what I'm holding here is my hacksaw blades. So in the questions, there's been a lot of comments, and in the comments, there's been comments and questions about my use of hacksaw blades. Okay, so we're going to go through that here real quick. It's going to be a short video. So here we go. So unlike an electric bread slicer, okay, these require no electricity at all whatsoever. So you can be on the surface of the moon and you can use one of these, okay, if you can get there. But anyway, you don't need electricity like you would with that electric bread slicer. That's one of the number one things. One of the other comments I get is what TPI or teeth per inch do I use for a hacksaw blade? And you can see it right there. It's really 24 TPI, but you know what? It really doesn't matter. You see any kind of tooth on foam like that, it's just going to rip right through that foam. So it's not that important how many TPI. Okay, people ask me all the time how many TPI. And it really does not matter. Okay, I always say it's not rocket science. It's just a hacksaw blade. So usually I just grab the one that's closest to me, and that's the one that I use. You can see that each one of these looks like it's pretty well used because they last forever. I don't know how old these are. I've had them for a very long time. And just to show you what one of these can do, okay, this is a medium density 2-inch foam right here. In this stuff here, okay, I've already cut there, so I'm cheating a little bit, okay? So, magic of video. So anyway, I'm going to start right here where I haven't cut yet. And you're going to see that it cuts through that foam very well. You see that? So I'm going to show you a variation on how to cut. This is technique number 4922. Okay, so if you take the blade and you cut it, you're cutting like this, okay, it's going to end up being more jagged and not as straight, and you're going to get some nastiness right here. Oops, dropped it. Okay, so now my technique is if you put it at an angle like this, like you're laying it down, not 90 degree like this, but if you lay it down, you're going to get a really nice, clean, straight edge. And what is it with people out there in the comments? Okay, maybe you're one of them, where they say, well, what about cutting soft foam, like memory foam, like my mattress, okay? So I have a bed mattress that's made out of memory foam. How do I cut it? So this will also work on memory foam, but you know, I might use that and with a combination of my scissors. So usually for memory foam, you know, let's pretend like this is memory foam. So, you know, you just kind of cut like that, okay? So with a combination of scissors and a hacksaw blade, you can cut memory foam. So please do me a favor and hit that like button right now. It just takes a second and it helps the YouTube put my videos on home page. Like. Now if you wanted to do something really fancy, what you could do is if you did your 90-degree angle like this, now you can cut whatever shape you want. Just like that. I don't know if you could do that with a electric bread slicer. So I have had some people in comments say, okay, well, you can do everything that you can do with a electric bread slicer that you could do with a hacksaw, because they're really defending these electric bread slicers. So I guess if you're into that, you really love them. Okay. So anyway, sometimes when you're doing a foam repair, like on a seat, sometimes it requires for you to do not only a two-dimensional cut, but sometimes you might have to do a three-dimensional cut. So now you got a nice round cut here. So this is where the artist in you comes in. Now you're doing sculpting, huh? So anyway, you kind of get that idea. So now if you wanted to cut a long straight line, reach all the way out here. Okay, so this is in real time, okay? This is not sped up 100 times or 300 times like I usually do in my videos. So as you may know, the teeth on the hacksaw blade are directional. Okay, they go one direction. Okay, so what you want to do is, I've had people ask me, okay, which direction do I pull the blade or push the blade? Okay, so you'll know right away. Okay, if you start cutting and you're pushing like this, it's cutting while pushing. Okay, I find it easier to flip the blade and pull while cutting, like that. Try it, you might like it. It's so soothing and satisfying. There have been a few comment questions about cutting foam laterally or horizontally, not just from the top like this. So what I usually do is I'll use a guide like this. Oh, this is technique number 8921. Okay, what you do is you mark where you want to cut, just like that. Okay, and you can use that line as your guide to cut. So what you do is you start on one side like that, flip it, cut on that line, the next one, just keep going around, and I'm showing you that now that this is possible. It can be done. Like I always say, what do I always say? It's not rocket science. So in comments, I have also had people write to me and they feel very strongly about hot wire cutting. Okay, so also hot wire cutting is only one dimensional, right? You can only run that hot wire a certain direction. But warning, 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 okay? You don't want to use a hot wire on this kind of foam. Okay, because what it'll do, and maybe some of you have already tried, but it will generate highly toxic fumes, and that's not something that you want to breathe in because it's very dangerous. Okay, especially if you're not wearing a mask, right? But we're not doing that anymore. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay, but you don't want to use a hot wire cutter on this kind of foam. Okay, it works for styrofoam. Okay, because it just like melts right through the styrofoam, right? And the fumes aren't nearly as bad as this stuff. What'll happen is this will turn black and it'll be gooey and it won't get hard or dry or stiff, and it'll just make a huge mess. Ask me how I know. So it is my opinion that a hacksaw blade hack like this is costs almost nothing, right? And compared to an electric bread slicer. Okay, maybe you can find a used one at a secondhand store or something like that, which would, bring the cost down. But you know what? No electricity, no cost, almost no cost, because this is what, like $5, and you get a pack of like five or something for $5. I don't know. I don't know what the price is. I haven't had to go buy some in years. So anyway, here we are. I'm a little out of touch. So anyway, I enjoy using these because you get that satisfying cutting motion, and it's almost like popping bubbles, and you squeeze the bubbles and they just pop, 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 pop. It's kind of like that. So give it a try sometime. You might like it. Like I was saying, oh.